Hey, I am super excited because I heard it is the 16 days of activism. Hello viewers, my name is Ume Jalo and I am a member of YASSS-Gambia. The 16 days of activism is an international campaign to challenge violence against women and girls globally. Every year, the campaign runs from 25th November to 10th of December. And in light of the above, YASSS-Gambia is also commemorating this day by engaging its members to tell us how they are celebrating this day. YASSS-Gambia is commemorating this day by conducting an interview, a short interview to be precise, with few of our members to tell us some of the issues around sexual and gender-based violence.
Okay, good evening, wonderful viewers. My name is Cherno Sise. I am a disability and a child rights advocate. Also the disability and disability rights coordinator for the YASSS-Gambia. Basically, we're talking about how disability can lead to violence or how violence can lead to disability. So we understand that most of the women and young girls living with disability stand at the highest risk of being violated sexually or emotionally. So we understand that physically, people with disabilities, most importantly women and young girls, are not being so much considered in terms of our advocacy programs or in terms of putting measures or protective measures in taking care of them. So just recently we understand that most of women and young girls in the Gambia living with disability has gone through a lot of violence, most importantly emotionally, because at times we sideline them, we don't involve them into a whole lot of things that we do. So for this reason, they develop mental illnesses, some develop mental disability or intellectual disability. So this is one of the reasons why we as an advocates thought it's important to talk about violence against women with disabilities as well. Not only women without disabilities, but women with disabilities amongst our societies also encounter violence. So we believe now is the time to take right actions and right decisions to end violence against women with disabilities in the Gambia. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariama Cham. I am the Advocacy, Capacity and Strengthening Coordinator of YASSS-Gambia. As we know, is a newly set up organization that are working for sex and sexuality and reproductive health. So I am here to talk about the various forms of GBV as we are celebrating, or we are into the month of 16 days of activism, which is Orange the World. So the various gender-based violence that women face, one of it is physical, emotional. You have the psychological aspect of that. These are some of the violence that they go through, which entails, FGMC, child marriage, wife battering, and then the list goes on. But then to tell the general public that these are some of the GBV that happens to women, but then again there are laws that are there to guide these women when these things happen to them. And one of the fundamental legal instruments that are there to guide is the Women Act 2016. That is the Women Amendment Act 2016. We have the Sexual Offensive Act 2013. We also have the Constitution of the Gambia. So we also have the international bodies or the international laws as well that are there to protect and safeguard the right of women. So in the month of 16 days of activism, we urge everyone to be there to stand up and stand out for women and young girls because they are the cream of the society and we need to support them in all costs.
is Aminata Alisiajo, and I'm a member of YASSS-Gambia. And today I'm going to be talking on how people that are differently abled are being violated in the society. And first of all, I just want to say that living with a disability is already a difficulty. You know, it's a challenge in the society, especially if you find yourself in a society where being different, or you being born with one hand, or you're being amputated with the leg, or you're blind or deaf or dumb, all of that, it's been questioned because your abilities are being questioned. You are limited to a lot of things. There are things that the society will be like, you can't do them. That comes when the society does not give you that opportunity, because the society thinks that those that are completely normal, meaning having everything, your physical, everything is intact, those type of people are good to go. So you as a person who is differently abled, you are being challenged in that. If you are supposed to find yourself in, let's say you have an ambition to become something in life, you can't do that because the society will be like, you're blind. So all of those things are forms of violence. We could say they are forms of violence, which means like it would affect your psychological, your mental health, and it could affect you emotionally, because people are there telling you that you can't do this, this is not for you, or they're not expecting you to reach a particular place because of your limitations. So all of that affects you, the person living with that disability. You'll be like, this is not for me. So in order for you to do that, because you have not been given that motivation or that encouragement, platforms have not been created for you, you become limited, you become suppressed. If you want to do something, you have that desire, but you can't because of your thinking. Can I do this? You start second guessing yourself, you start doubting and asking yourself these lot of questions. And I can relate because I'm just like that. Growing up, it was very difficult for me as an individual, because I had to fight a lot of things about myself. I hated myself a lot, and I'm here living with this particular disability which I was born with. It's not like I was caught, but I was born with it. But then society, I could remember, told me that I can't do this, I can't do that, you know. But then I decided to challenge myself. I told myself that I'm not going to allow society to dictate who I am, because society I know who I am, and I am not going to limit myself to what the society thinks. I'm going to do what I want. And today I would say that I'm a very ambitious lady. You know, I would say that like I can see myself reaching extra heights and nothing can stop me. I put myself out there in everything that I do. I reach out to platforms and so on and so forth. You know, if I was then contemplating that like I can't do this, I allowed society to bring all those forms of violence, playing with my emotion and my psychological balance, by this time I would end up a beggar in the street. But I'm not. Neither am I discriminating against the beggars on the street, because they have a purpose, but because the society, they are what I call the vulnerable groups, the society, the unconsidered ones. The society does not consider them among us, because they feel like they can't benefit, they can't add any value, they can't do anything, which is wrong in the first place. So another other form of violence is physical violence. We've seen someone who is deaf or dumb, someone who is actually blind, being succumbed to rape, you know, or being succumbed to any other form of violence that can really affect their mental health. And because they can't fight for themselves, they are being vulnerable. They are forced to be vulnerable. They're forced to feel like they can't protect themselves. If someone who was blind was raped right now, and then the person would have seen the person, the blind person won't see the perpetrator, the person who raped them, because they can't go to the court and be like, I was raped. Who is going to defend them? Who will be there to defend them? So this is how disability is difficult in the first place. This is how the people that are living with disability face these type of challenges, because we struggle a lot to defend ourselves when we are hurt or when we are victimized. And then when we finally pull through, it's another thing. We have to go through other extraordinary challenges. So that's all I just wanted to say about the 16 days of activism. Let's include those that are disabled into this issue, because gender-based violence affects everybody. It does not condemn anyone, and the world should be ready to listen to each and every person. Being a disability or not, the world should listen to you. because you have that right. You have the right not to be victimized. You have that right to speak out and so on. So thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Yaya Dabo, a member of YASSS-Gambia, and my task here is to talk about what violence is and what we can do to end violence against women and girls. Yes, violence is the intentional force or power to actually harm or threaten another person. And yes, we should end violence against women and girls. As the saying goes, the beauty of a woman is seen when she is free from all sickness, but once there is one, it's a sad thing to tell. And any act of violence against women is a threat to them and is a sickness to women and girls. So now, let's end gender-based violence now, as the theme this year, Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now.
Good evening. I am Mamadou Elba, a member of YASSS-Gambia and also currently the treasurer. And I'm here to talk about gender-based violence. When it comes to gender-based violence, many people think that it's more of women, but it's not only women, but also men, because it's very difficult to see men coming outside to the society and start talk about what they feel, how they, their right was violated, you understand. But we men also, we have the right to come out, to talk about, to say your right, what's happened to you, what you feel like in the society. So we are here as YASSS-Gambia also to bring everybody, in the house to promote gender-based violence, to make sure that everybody feel, free to say whatever you want to say, to do whatever you want to do, and also to, to eradicate this gender-based violence in our society.
Having heard from our beautiful and wonderful members, on behalf of YASSS-Gambia, we are calling on individuals, stakeholders, government and private sectors to reflect and protect women and girls against gender-based violence in all sectors. End violence against women now, and it is a collective responsibility and everyone should take part.